Mark Cuban is evil, believes climate change is real, and is doing everything in his power to destroy the planet.
Tim Pool and Mark Cuban are beefing once again, and once again, Tim Pool, in my opinion, comes out on top and absolutely embarrasses Mark Cuban. In this situation, Mark Cuban is once again taking a stance on the whole environmental stuff, the climate change stuff, and as you can see on the screen right here, the article headline says, "I won't vote for anyone that doesn't believe that climate change is real." And that's a quote coming from Mark Cuban over on Twitter, or X. And of course, a ton of people started to go after Mark Cuban for this, as they normally do, and rightfully so, because Mark Cuban is a huge hypocrite when it comes to this thing. Tim Pool being one of the main people that did go after Mark Cuban, but a lot of other people like Matt Walsh and all the regular suspects went after Mark Cuban for this dumb, very, very dumb and hypocritical statement. Let's check out what Tim Pool has to say about this whole Mark Cuban trying to stand up for climate change, even though he is doing the exact opposite with all of his actions. Let's check this out.
Mark Cuban, always sparking controversy on X, said, "I won't vote for anyone that doesn't believe climate change is real," which leaves us with two scenarios. Mark Cuban is evil, believes climate change is real, and is doing everything in his power to destroy the planet. Or he's lying. He doesn't actually think climate change is real, and he's going to enjoy his ocean view property. A lot of people pointing out that there were a few big stories. One, he has a private jet collection, and that he also recently bought in Laguna Beach ocean view property. I mean, it's oceanfront-ish. They say it's on the beach, but he says not really. It's got a good view. I'm going to lay it down and make it simple for you, okay? So I tweeted in response to this. Mark Cuban said, "I won't vote for anyone that doesn't believe climate change is real." And I said, "I don't listen to anyone who claims climate change is real but owns oceanfront properties that, by their explanation, would be underwater in 20 years. And so let's break this down. I got a map for you. First, we have this from Medium. Step inside the $19 million beach house Mark Cuban got himself for Christmas. The Mavericks owner got himself a nice, albeit pricey, Christmas present. A gorgeous oceanfront property in Laguna Beach that he plans on using as a vacation home. Now, of course, X is filled with many low cognition people. I am not saying I don't believe in climate change. I absolutely believe in climate change. I believe there are many contributing factors to climate change. I've read quite a bit about it. It's hard to know. There's a big debate as to whether humans are the sole driver of it, a moderate driver of it, a small contributor, or not at all. Many people talk about ocean emission levels for CO2 are massive, substantially more than humans. But I do believe it's fair to say humans are dramatically altering the landscape of this planet. What that means, I can't tell you because vague predictions. We don't know. The garbage in the Pacific Ocean is a bad thing. Microplastics everywhere is a bad thing. But we are seeing bacteria evolve that eats the plastics. So it's hard to know what this becomes. I don't think pollution's a good thing. I'm concerned about colony collapse disorder among bees, dead zones in the ocean where there's no oxygen, and of course, windshield phenomenon where people are noticing the bug population's collapsing. It's concerning. That's the bottom of the food chain for us here on the surface, and it could lead to catastrophe for humans. Now, what do we do about that? Honestly, I can't tell you. I mean, we don't know. Let me break this down.
By the way, nobody knows. You know, that's why the people like Mark Cuban and everybody else who was complaining, like Bill Gates and all these people, the reason why none of them ever say, number one, they don't say a solution, and number two, any solution that they ever do say, like we should switch to electric cars or we shouldn't be flying private and things like this, they do the complete opposite every single time because they don't actually know the solution. If there actually was a problem to solve, you know, if there actually is, I should say, we don't really know if there's a problem to solve. I think this whole climate change thing gets so emotionally charged by everyone because they think that their side believes a certain thing, like the right believes that it's not real, the left believes that it is real. Therefore, if you identify with either one of those sides, you must be emotionally charged one way or the other. You don't have to be. You could just simply say, we don't actually know what's happening with that. We don't know if we can stop it. We don't know if we can't. We don't know if it's just a natural cycle or if it's man-made. We don't know. But both sides claim that they know for a fact, and we just don't, you know? And I think that their actions say more than anything because they all claim, oh, the solution is no electric cars, fly private less, all these things, and then they do the complete opposite. And I think that if it says all you need to know, if you are if you're on the left and you believe that it's 100% real and that we can control it, we can stop it. If you look at the people who are funding the studies that say climate change is real and that we need to stop it, that we can stop it, that the world is going to end by 2025 if we don't stop it, all of the people who are funding these studies benefit greatly from those headlines being released, that we need to stop climate change, we need to drive electric cars, all these things. They benefit greatly from that. And also, not only do they benefit greatly, but they also do the complete opposite from what they are telling you and us to do. So it's very obvious that it's not like 100% real, or else they wouldn't be buying beachfront property and flying private and driving gas guzzling cars. They wouldn't do that. By the way, don't drive electric cars. Electric cars are lame. Drive gas cars, please.
But I don't listen to people who claim climate change is real, but own oceanfront properties. I am not directly saying Mark Cuban, but there are many people who do own oceanfront properties, literally on the beach, that will be underwater. Barack Obama's property at Martha's Vineyard will lose a ton of its value and submerge over the next couple of years. Now, they say by 2050, NASA says it could be about a foot, up to 12 inches. And there's other estimates that it could be way lower than that. I don't know. We'll see. But if you're going to come to me and say, we got to do something about climate change, I'll say, okay, what can we do? And they go, you got to stop flying on planes. You got to stop driving so much. Get an electric car. I'll be like, okay, great. What are you going to do? And then I say, me? I don't know. I got a bunch of private jets, a massive yacht, a beachfront property. And I'm just like, okay, dude, you're lying to me. All right. The dude's sitting there shoveling down a big old pile of nachos while claiming nachos kill people. I'm not going to listen to you, dude. Like, if you come to me and you say you can't eat seed oils because seed oils are bad for you, and then you're sneaking Big Macs, I'm going to be like, my friend, I don't know how much I'm interested in believing you. You don't actually think it's that big of a deal. Luke. I'm just picking on Luke. But no, I mean, seriously, I get it. You know, you might say, hey, don't eat this food. It's bad. And then someone eats it and it's like, do as I say, not as I do. Sure, seed oils can be bad for you, but it's hard to avoid all the time. And sometimes you have some seed oils. I don't get this idea where it's like, quick, climate change. We got to stop it. And then it's just like simple flying inside Mark Cuban's private jet collection. What? This is from 7 months ago. Mark Cuban is a huge fan of his aircraft collection. Are you kidding me? His collection. He owns two. Okay, he's got two. He's got a 757 and a Gulfstream G550. Look at this, man. Now, my friends, you guys know I am a flyer of the PJs.
And by the way, like, I don't see anything wrong with this. You know, I don't see anything. Like, I think it's awesome. I'm not one of those people that just hates all rich people. Oh, you have a private jet, I hate you automatically. That's so dumb. That's just so dumb. I think it's cool. It's inspiring, to be honest. You know, it's cool that guy has multiple private jets. I don't like him. I don't like Mark Cuban at all, but it's cool. You know, I just think it's very, very hypocritical, and also trying to tell us to drive electric cars and all, you know, and all this stuff that we can do. I guarantee you, these private jets do more than, I don't want to say a specific number. They do a whole lot more than we could probably do in a week. They do more than the average human could do by driving their car in a year. You know, flying these things around for a week. It's if it is bad for the environment, Mark Cuban is doing a whole lot more than I could do this whole year just with these two jets. You know, so that's why it's so hypocritical. I don't think that, oh, rich people bad, private jet bad. Like, I think that's just so dumb. If you think that way, I think you need to grow up a little bit. It's more the fact that he's doing this while also trying to play both sides. It's kind of like a Hassan situation, like the Twitch streamer Hassan. He's selling this merch saying tax the rich people are bad, and yet that exact merch saying tax the rich is funding his multi-million dollar mansion, you know, in Calabasas or wherever it is. But the guy is filthy rich from selling merch and peddling this narrative of tax the rich and rich people are bad. And he got rich. You know, it's all just so hypocritical. It's just like, I don't know how people can't see it, but they somehow are blind to it. I don't get it.
Many a controversy has emerged over my flying on private jets. Spare me, dude. There was this big thing that happened where Patrick Bet David, Valuetainment, reached out to
Yeah, we heard about all the Patrick Bet David stuff. We don't need to rehash that. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking about Tim Pool going after Mark Cuban and absolutely embarrassing him. Mark Cuban embarrasses himself at this point. Like, the guy is just an embarrassment to the human race. He's such a loser. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking about this whole Tim Pool versus Mark Cuban situation.